Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a beautiful, not too hot, Saturday afternoon, July the 11th, 2026. Thank you for watching right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the scritch box below. Just do it now, or forever hold your peace. So subscribe to my channels, all down below, in the gobbledygook. You can leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos on my respective channels from the past, now, and in the future. Comment below your stupid comments. You will get sent to the Shadow Realm, kicked in the balls repeatedly, and then Ozzy and Satan will come out, laugh at you, and then eat your soul. So don't do it. Go somewhere else with that shit. Because you ain't gonna do it on my channel or anywhere else. So kiss my ass, Mahoney. And that's pretty much it. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to tap and slap that goddamn bell. And turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. You miss anything, you're SOL. You know what that means. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. And that's pretty much it. So, like, share, subscribe, all that other good shit. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab the cold one, and enjoy the show. You like it? Great. You know, too bad. Get out of here. Go watch something else, you fuckers. Well, you watch me because you got nothing else to do with your boring as fuck life. You say you have a great life. You don't have a great life because you're watching me 24/7, 365. And I'm not watching you 24/7, 365 because I don't give a crap about most of you people. You care about me so much. That's why your lives are going nowhere. My life is going up, up, up like a dick in your mom's ass. That's where it's going. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, big Saturday afternoon. We got the World Cup on. England and Norway just started 7 minutes into the game. See what happens. With that, we got Argentina and Switzerland at 9 p.m. So after this game, have a little break, and then we can get some get our dinner set up and everything, and then 9 o'clock on Fox, Argentina and Switzerland. The winners of today's games will face each other in the semifinals next week. I think on Wednesday or Thursday, or whenever the other semifinal is, because the first semifinal is on Tuesday. That's Spain and France. Oh, that'd be good. But, we should see what happens with that. And then the finals of the World Cup next weekend. I think it's next Saturday or Sunday. I think it's next Sunday. But, we'll see what happens with that today. And we move on with that. And we got, baseball mixed in. The Mets are playing. Nobody cares. But Yankees playing. Nobody cares. Well, all eyes are on the World Cup right now. These two epic games. Which, well, hopefully both games should be epic today. So, we got that. Holland almost had a goal before. He was like almost wide open. But, the defender stopped him. But it is what it is. So, almost 9 minutes into the game now, and we'll see what happens. Should be a great semifinal, both games. But it is what it is. Been a pretty damn good World Cup. A lot of upsets. in the group stage, even in the beginning of the World Cup, there was some upsets in the knockout, the group stage and the knockout round. There's a few upsets, and Morocco being one of the teams we never thought they were going to be in at least the quarterfinals, and now Norway could shock the world and beat England and go to the semifinals. We'll see what happens with that. Argentina's looking to go back to back, and we got that. Let me move on with that. But I hope you had a great Saturday. I hope you're having a great Saturday. I hope you have a great Saturday night and Sunday. A great weekend, the first official weekend of July. Not going to be too hot. today was a little bit kind of, well, it was sunny in the morning, then it was a little bit of rain, now it's back to sunny, and it's going to be sunny through pretty much the next week or so. But it's going to get warmer as we hit Monday, and really get hot Wednesday and Thursday. Going to get near 95, 97 again, and down the drain it goes by next weekend. But it is what it is, as July is kind of turning into August, you know, the dog days of August, now it's in July. So, we'll see what happens as we start the midpoint of July. See how the weather is, and everything else. The Major League All-Star game is on Tuesday. Home Run Derby on Monday on Netflix. Nobody's going to watch that. I'm not. I'm watching Raw, but I digress. And then we got the All-Star game, and then we start the second half of The Price is Right. I mean, the second half of the baseball season on Thursday. I think the Mets are in Philadelphia, where the All-Star game is. So, we shall see what happens with that. Oh, nice defense by Norway, as England was looking to try to get into the zone and maybe see where they could do some damage, but the defender for Norway said, "Ah!" So we get that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I hope you had a great weekend. Be safe, be well, watch some soccer, and on Sunday just rest, because there's nothing on Sunday. No wrestling, nothing really to do Sunday unless you want to go to the beach here in the Northeast. You can do that, and anywhere else you can, because it's hot in the West. 103 in Vegas. Holy crap! I mean, but hydrate if you're in the West Coast and in those hot temperatures with basically not much humidity, but just hydrate as much as you can. On the East Coast, not that bad, but as we get into the middle of next week, we're going to be drinking a lot of water and cranking the AC. I have the fan cranking now, but it's a little bit hot in my house, but it is what it is. But I'll be going out for the Argentina game in a couple hours, so it is what it is. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, really quickly, after 7.5 minutes of spiel, which you clipped and nobody gives two fucks what you think, it is time for your late and out-of-date WWE Smackdown. As I call it, Weltdown review for last night, July the 10th, 2026. Alright, well, 1 week away from tonight is Saturday night's main event from the Garden, the world's most famous arena, the mecca of all sports arenas in New York City. So, got a couple of matches announced, besides Danhausen and Mr. Danhausen and JD McDumpfuck. We got 2 more matches announced. One of them is a women's tag team match between Brie Bella and Paige taking on Fatal Influence again. From Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed with the lovely JC Jane at ringside. I don't know why we're doing this again, but okay. I guess it might be a title change, finally. This time being New York. And then there's a special tag team match that was made at the end, pretty much at the end of the show, but we'll get to that in a minute. We're going to hear from the new champ, CM Punk, and a whole lot more on your 2-hour cure for insomnia. That's WWE Weltdown or Smackdown. Alright, so we are emanating this week's episode from the Paycom Center in OKC, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the home of Hot Dog Jim Ross. Hot Dog are gonna beat brain surgery. Yep, hopefully. Jim Ross is going for brain surgery soon. Prayers go out to JR. Hopefully he makes it out, has a successful surgery, and hopefully a speedy recovery for the Boomer Sooner. And that's all. And your food is ready. And that's all I can say about that. So, prayers are up with JR right now. And we'll see what happens with that. We got Collision on tonight. The Hangman, Adam Page, doing some cowboy shit in his hometown of Roanoke, Virginia tonight. And a lot of the people in the WC are pissed because, oh, that was supposed to be a surprise. You know how AEW is at surprises most of the time, but it is what it is. So, yeah. So, I don't know if I think it's live tonight on TNT. Not that anyone's going to watch it because everybody's going to watch the Argentina game. But yeah, Hangman's coming back. Hikaru Shida is defending her TBS title against Hade Cameron. And a couple other matches on Collision tonight. Should be a decent show that nobody was going to watch, but I'll watch it later when I get home. But I digress on that. So that's that. But let's get back to SmackDown. So, as I said, we're from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, at the Paycom Center. And our commentary team, we're back to our regularly scheduled commentating team. Joe Tessitore and my good friend who plays a mean electric twanger, that's guitar for you people at home. And his name is Bad News Weed Ballot. And Joe, I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. England sucks, Joe. It does. Good music, horrible people. I just want to put that up. We move on with that. If you're from England, well, fuck you too. That's all we gotta say about that. Alright, so we started off SmackDown with an opening recap of what happened on Raw, where, well, it was supposed to be Sami Zayn and Cody, MDK and Cody, that bitch, but Walter attacked Cody and, smashed a fucking car door in Cody's face, knocked him out of the match, and then Adam Pearce like, oh, I still got, well, Nick Aldis says, I got somebody for you, Sammy, and it's this guy, and that's CM Punk, the guy from Chicago, because it was in the Rosemont Horizon, or the All-States Arena, and we all know what happened there. Punk won the title, he's an 8-time champ. We're going to hear from CM Punk in a little bit. So, Nick Aldis opens the show. He got Punk the challenge for the belt. Says he's officially back as SmackDown GM after the hiatus. He got sent home on administrative leave, or whatever you want to call it. So, he brings up Punk for the kitty chat. Welcomes Punk to the show. Welcome to SmackDown. Then he lets Punk talk. Punk says, I miss the fans on SmackDown. Now he's going to be on TV almost every week. For a guy that's barely on TV. So, he's been negotiating to come to SmackDown. Yeah, because the USA Network was desperate to get you, you fucking prick. Oh, we need Punk! We need Punk so bad! Come to us! Come back to Friday nights! Because Roman was on Monday night, because Netflix loves that guy. And we're going to see Roman on Monday. Put up your ones, by the way, for the Tribal Chief. Acknowledge him every day, twice on Sunday. And we get that. Alright, he says those discussions were expedited on Monday. He got in his gear at his house. He's like 20 minutes away. Drove to the All-State Arena. He won the belt. And he said when title opportunities fall out of the sky, he caught it. And now he's ready to defend the belt anytime, anywhere. And if anyone has something to say about that, come out and try. So, nobody comes out. So Punk brings up Sami Zayn. He says, yeah, you deserve a rematch. And then he says, Walter, it's a big mistake to bring up your name, but yeah, you want some, you can get some. And then Finn Balor says, we can do this a third time. Yeah, I like to see that too. But we move on. Then he lists off a couple other names. I don't think who, but. And then Cody, he comes out. And Cody's like, nice shiner there, Punk. I wonder where he got that from. But well, it wasn't from AJ Lee, obviously, unless AJ sat on him really wrong. But that's another story for another time. Almost a goal there. Just a little bit outside. And one of the English players messed up his shoulder a little bit. Poor baby. But, so we got that. England tried to score, but couldn't. But, alright. No score yet. Almost 20 minutes into the game, so we got another 25 minutes to halftime. Minus any extra time put on. But we'll see. So far, it's been a pretty defensive game. So this could end 1-0, or it could end in penalty shots. I hope not, but we'll see. Alright, so Cody comes out. Looks at Punk's black eye. Punk says, I know you want to know something else. So what do you want to talk about? So Cody brings up the title matches falling out of the sky, but other matches have been built up for years. And Punk's like, oh, you mean me versus you? Sounds like a WrestleMania main event. But we can't run from each other anymore for much longer. So he's like, just say when, Cody. And Cody's like, SummerSlam. I'm like, oh, we don't know that was going to happen. So they shake hands. All this makes it official. So probably be the co-main event on night 1, because it ain't going to be night 2, because that's Roman and Seth Rollins. So Nick Aldis makes it official. So, as of right now, barring anything else, Cody Punk for the title. And we'll see what, hopefully Cody does not win, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, that was a good segment, 3.25 out of 5 stars. I'm all for running on Weltdown. Alright, go to back with Kathy Kelly. She's with the baddies and Jade Cargill, Mia Yim, B-Fab, baddies. They requested and got a match, Alexa Bliss, later on. And it's all part of Jade ruining Charlotte's life. And she's not going to be responsible for what happens to Alexa Bliss in that ring. So we'll see what happens with that. We move on. Alright, then we get to our first official match of the night. Finn Balor taking on the Resident Gremlin, Tama Tonga. Yeah! That needs some caffeine. He needs a decaf. So, Battle of Original Bullet Club, Too Sweet Me for the Love of God. This was a pretty good match. Hikurio at ringside, of course, with Tama Tonga, of course. Used to be in the MFTs, now they've broken up. Solo's doing his own thing right now, and I'm worried about Jacob, Jimmy, Jay, and now Roman, of course. So this was an actual good, decent match. They go back and forth. We go to break. We come back. Finn Balor strikes away, sets up Nightmare on Helm Street. Of all moves from Finn, hits that for a near fall. Then a spinning belly-to-belly gets Tama out of trouble, but Finn Balor puts him right back into trouble with a sling blade. Tama cuts him off again, hits a spinning pedigree. Kind of looked like an angel's wings almost for a near fall. And then Finn backdrops him to the floor. Ow! The big running flippy doo hits both Tama and Hikurio. And he throws him back in. Goes up top, hits the coup de grace. 1, 2, 3. Finn Balor gets the win over his former Bullet Club teammate, Tama Tonga, in under 10 minutes. And that was pretty much it. Nothing after Finn Balor wins. That's it. We move on. They gave the match 3 out of 5 stars. Alright. Then we have Kathy Kelly once again, this time with him, Carmelo Hayes. He's ready to prove himself as he has a non-title match with Trick Willie Shamoon. And we got that coming up in the main event. And we move on. Alright, then we go further in the back. We have this guy, R-Truth, one half of the tag team champions, along with Poppy Priest. He gives Fraxium some money after he lost a bet. I don't know what bet that was. Maybe from last week's hot dog eating contest. Oh, I don't know what it was, but... So he gives him a bunch of money. And then War Machine comes in, Eric and Ivar, the Triple A tag team champions. They say, hey, have you gone to all this yet and got us a match for both belts? And I think Truth's like, oh, I haven't done anything yet. Some weird shit. And then Poppy comes in, Poppy Priest, says, is there a problem here? And then there's some chicanery and nothing really happened. It wasn't not like Truth saying, oh, you bit his wiener. Something like that. So, we'll move on with that. We haven't found out anything about the tag team titles, and we'll see what happens with all that. And we'll move on. So, trying to get my notes to work, and as always, my computer just loves to crash on me. But, move on. Alright, we got a hydration break. This hydration break brought to you by Sunkissed Orange Zero Sugar. So, let's take one for the team. Whatever you're drinking, drink it. Alright. So we move on with that. Okay, as my notes reload. Charlotte and Jade and Lexi, decent match. Mia Yim and B-Fab get involved. Obviously that was gonna happen. And, Charlotte had to do what she had to do, but in the end, now it caused a distraction, and Lexi turned around right into a big bicycle kick from Jade, who then hits Jaded on Lexi. 1, 2, 3, Jade Cargill gets the win. That was it. And then afterwards, big old beatdown on Lexi. Charlotte tries to make the save. Could not make the save. She gets beat down a little bit. And then Jade puts Lexi's arm in a chair. I'm like, oh, they're going to break her elbow or break her arm. And then Jade just, cranks back on the arm and then go, BAM! I'm like, aye! He broke Lexi's arm, even though Lexi is double jointed. And Joe Test, the commentary's oh my god, he broke her arm! Look at the way it looks! And it looks like all double jointed, right? And then Lexi's fucking smiling about it. She's smiling and laughing. I'm double jointed, it doesn't hurt. Yeah, but if you go to her X account, you see she has a big red mark on it. Which is fine. But it's going to lead to probably Lexi coming back, probably at SummerSlam, to cost Charlotte that match. And Lexi's going to turn on Charlotte. We've seen this before. Remember when I think it was Lexi and Sasha Banks, when Lexi, did her double joint bullshit. And Sasha's like, oh, you okay? And then Lexi beat her ass. Oh, I'm okay. Put her arm back into a fucking joint. Uh-oh. Oh, guy, he looked like he was about to go in for the goal, and then, he got tackled. Now, do we have a corner? No, it looks like we got a penalty kick. Oh, free kick, I'm sorry. So, we'll see what happens with that. We are 28 minutes into the game. This could be a big turning point in the game if England scores this. And we got the big man, Kane. No, not that Kane, but, the star player for England, Kane, taking a free kick. Right in front of a big fucking foam thing. I hate when they do that. The freaking referee's like, shh, there's a big foam can. Looks like fucking whipped cream. Hey, can I eat it? No. But, we got that. Alright, so Kane is going for the free kick. And, oh! Over the goal. And out of play. So, Norway gets the ball back. So, Kane went too high. I think he was trying to go for the top corner. Yeah, he was going top left corner or top right corner if you're watching. Or sitting there in Miami. So, Kane was a little bit outside. So we got that. So, no score still in the game. 29 minutes into the game. So we got about 15, 16 more minutes to halftime. And we got that. So, been a pretty defensive game so far. And I'll mess that. Let me move on with that. Yeah, so Jade breaks Lexi's arm. So, Lexi's going to be out a while. And Charlotte's probably going to be by herself trying to go get 1-on-3 against the baddies. And then eventually Jade and Charlotte at SummerSlam, put on night 1 or 2. I just have a feeling that Lexi's going to come back, be like, I'm going to help you, Charlotte. Wrong. I'm going to say, you never help me. You never liked me. Fuck you. I mean, so we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. We will move on with all that. And the Mets are losing 2-0 in the fourth. What else is new? To the Red Sox. How did the Mets lose last night after the Red Sox were held in Chicago for 13 hours? The game didn't start till right before 8 o'clock, and they still lost. They had no time to prepare. Just got off the plane, went into the locker room. Oh, they're rolling in Miami. Skull! 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 So, gotta love those Norwegians. But I digress. So yeah, back to the Mets for a second. So, yeah, the Red Sox got to Citi Field, went right into the locker room, changed into the uniforms, and went on the field. No batting practice. They were jet lagged. I'm surprised they even won this game 6-2 because the Mets suck. Boy. The Mets had a lot of time to prepare. A lot of time. They took 2 or 3 from the Royals, and now, the way it looks, they might be losing. They could get swept by the Red Sox, who are red hot right now. 7 in a row, going for 8. How about those Yankees? Yeah, even though they won yesterday, thanks to Jazz Chisholm, I believe. Big fucking whoop. Big deal. I don't care. And, that's that. Alright, so, I know I'm taking a little bit too much time on this, but... So, I'm going into my backup file. Because, for some odd reason, I can't get my notes to work, my computer to work. So, alright, so... Wait a minute, did I get my notes to work? No, I did not. Okay, I thought Alright. Alright, so, yeah, so we had that, and we move on. Alright, so yeah. Okay, there we go. So Truth asks Poppy Priest after War Machine leaves, how could you betray Royce Keys? And Poppy says Royce isn't their responsibility. We got better things to worry about than Royce fucking Keys, who's got his own problems with Jacob and Jimmy and Solo, the bloodline, and all that other stuff. So that's that. Alright, then we're in Nick Aldis' office. He's on the phone with Sami Zayn, obviously. And then he tells Sami, I can give you the leave you requested, so he's taking a mental health break. You know, since he's the GM, need to book a WWE Undisputed Men's title match for SummerSlam, and my decision was final, so you can't get in, you can't get a rematch, whatever. Walter comes in, and Nick's like, oh shit, I wasn't talking to anybody. Right. So Walter's like, I'm not gonna kick your ass yet. I'm not going to rat you out to the higher-ups, you know, but you need to fix this. I need to be in that title match at SummerSlam. So, make this right. You have until the end of the night. You know what that means. Somebody tells you something's going to happen at the end of the night. Something usually happens at the end of the night. It usually does not end well. And, that's that. Alright, then... Big Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu, during the ring, Jimmy says, there's only one reason why we're here on Smackdown. Obviously not because of Roman. So they tell Solo to get his ass out here right now. But instead of Solo, Royce Keys comes out. Jimmy says, well, you don't look like Solo. What are you doing out here? And Will Hobbs, Royce Keys, doesn't like Solo, but his issue is from last week. Jimmy mentioned his name, and now you mention my name again. So, I'm here, and I brought my ass. So, you get my ass. Sounds like my spot, dog spot, liver spot, but my spot, you know. My ass, dog, you know. My ass, your sister's ass, your mother's ass, but my ass, or something like that. I'm making fun, but whatever. I don't care. So Royce figures Jimmy is here to handle family business, but he's like, your family business is starting to affect me, and it's pissing me off. So Jimmy's like, well, our family business, family business or not, it's about OTC business. Goal! Norway is up 1-0, and Holland did not get the goal. I was hoping he did, but Norway is up 1-0, 35.5 minutes into the game, so we got about 9, almost 10 minutes left of the game, unless there's extra time, of course. Look, ooh, that might have been a penalty, because Kane got knocked down, but the referee's like, nope, we're gonna let you play. So Kane is down, and, oh, nice goal, nice. Hit it right over, ooh, hit the post and went in, nice. Nice little corner with some, no pun intended, English on that. What a goal. Top right corner. Or left corner if you're at the game. Of course. Kane is like, it was a penalty! You get nothing. You sit down and shut up. You muppet. You fucking wanker. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright. Where was I? So, our business is the OTC business. And Royce asks Jimmy, do you mean the guy who runs plays but he doesn't show up? Royce, you better be nice. So Jacob steps in and lets the tension kind of calm down a little bit. And he's like, you better not mention the tribal chief's name like that ever again. And then, because if not, we got problems. It says, so Royce says, anything else about anyone else I can say, but when it comes to the OTC, please, bruh. And Jacob's like, don't go there. Do not go there. We've been friends for 14 goddamn years. Please do not go there. Ooh, ho. I think that guy was going for a header and he landed right on his hip. Ow! That hurts. Surprised he's actually still up. Shit. You fall down like that on that grass, especially in Miami. Ooh. That's really like field turf. Not like AstroTurf, right? I don't know if it's real grass down there in Miami. It's at the Hard Rock where the Dolphins play, so it might be real grass, it might be, not AstroTurf, but field turf. At least it's better than the Giants' turf at MetLife Stadium. Ooh! That field is horrible. They need to rip up that fucking turf. Put some real grass on it, man. Put something that won't make every fucking team that comes through Giants Stadium, or sorry, MetLife Stadium where the Giants and Jets play, every team that plays the Jets or the Giants, somebody gets hurt because of the fucking turf. Fix that fucking shit! At least the Niners don't have to come in there this year like they did last year, and how many people got hurt because of the fucking turf. It is what it is. But the Giants are going to Santa Clara, so don't have to worry about that. Oh, almost another goal by Norway went over the crossbar. Ah! So we move on with that. Alright, so Jacob's like telling Will Hobbs, slow your roll, don't talk about the tribal chief in that manner, because it won't end well. So Hobbs considers it for a minute. So he tells Jacobs, you don't have to be like that. Be easy. Jimmy tells him, it's like, you don't tell us what to do, and you're not bloodline, you're not family. So shut up. So Royce gets up to Jimmy's face and says, blood don't make your ass family. Loyalty makes your family. He's like, you want to talk about family? You know how many family members I've lost? You know, and he's like, Jimmy, your family's been fighting brothers, cousins fighting brothers. You know, I wish I had a family to call. You know, but for the last 14 years, you know, Jake has been my brother. He's been like a big brother to me. He's been family to me for 14 years. And he refuses to let that fall apart. And Jimmy's like, okay, out of respect, I'm warning you, stop talking about the tribal chief and don't cross that line like TNA. Cross that line that you cannot come back from. So Roy's like, oh, really? Well, I'm going to cross that line. So you just see this line? I'm going to cross it. I'm like, oh, Royce. Will Hobbs, you done fucked up. So Jimmy laughs and says, you're crazier than I thought. And then somebody's like, get a referee out here. So eventually, actually, I'll take that back. And Jimmy's like, me and Big Jacob are gonna put the worst beating the Blinds ever put on somebody ever. So then Jacob's like, we? There's no we. There's no we in WWE. Oh shit, there's no we in the Bloodline. Damn. So he's like, there's no we here, Jimmy. I'm out. So he goes to leave. And then Jimmy accepts the match. He says, hey, Nick Aldis, call out a referee. And then he starts brawling. That's that. Shit. So then we get to the match. It was a pretty good match. But then Soto, me bookie, he comes out. And him and Jimmy brawl. Jacob gets the Tongan death grip. And then sends Solo over the Timekeeper's area. And Royce Keys is kind of distracted by that. And then Jimmy hits a super kick. Yeah, Jimmy hits a super kick. 1, 2, and a spear. 1, 2, 3. He beats Will Hobbs. Like, what? Okay. Then at the match, Jacob takes Solo in the ring and beats his ass. And then he puts the chair around his neck. He's about to go for the Baga splash to pretty much end Solo. But then he stops. He says, I'm giving you one last warning. And you know, he basically, get in line, Solo. This is your last warning. So, we'll see if Solo shows up on Raw on Monday to, I guess, fall in line to the Tribal Chief. And we'll see what happens with that. Let me move on. Alright, then we get Sammy's post-match promo where he basically crashed out. He's like, for the last 24 years, he's crawling inch after inch. He's like, I lost to that piece of shit, CM Punk, who just came back, 2 months after WrestleMania. It's like, I gotta lose to that guy. So look at that. Punk is interviewed backstage, hopes everybody is upset about Cody getting a title match because he wants everybody to get in line. Cody, Walter. And he's like, and I think Kathy Kelly's like, hey, you heard Sammy's promo? Punk's like, yeah, I heard worse. And then Candice LeRae and Johnny Plankano roll in, doing their usual shit. Candice says Sammy was the only one there for Johnny, and for 9 days they had hope for the underdogs like them. Blah, 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 blah. Punk tells them to stop whatever this gimmick is and get back to Johnny being Johnny wrestling, Candice being Candice. It's like, this fucking gimmick ain't working. I'm like, yeah, you think? Punk is actually right for a change. This gimmick that Johnny Plankano was doing is boring. And poor innocent water bottles have to suffer. Like, because, when Sammy gets mad, he's like right near Johnny Gargano. Fuck these water bottles! So I don't, yeah. I said it before and I'll say it again. Johnny Gargano needs to get released and go to AEW and reunite with Ciampa. Boom, DIY in AEW. I don't know if it's going to happen and what happens to Candice, but... I mean, Candice could go to Ring of Honor. probably just jobbed Athena, but I digress. Move on. And that's that. Alright, we hear from Fatal Influence. Get a little video package about the women's title match next Saturday night at Madison Square Garden for the women's tag team titles against Brie Bella and Paige. And we got that. Alright, then we get to Lexi and Jade. I mentioned that before. Charlotte beats up Mia Yim and B-Fab, who made a distraction. Charlotte takes him out. But in the end, Jade beats Lexi with Jaded, and then after the match, they break Lexi's arm, even though she's double jointed. And then later on, we see 2 security guards and Charlotte take Lexi to the trainer's room, and they're arguing, "Get in the room!" Alright, we got that. Alright, then we got Trick Willie in his locker room looking for his title. He's like, "Where's my title?" It's like, "That damn Ricky Starks took it." But little Yachty comes in and says, "Your title's over there, dude." So he pulls out a new title, and it's all with fur on it. White fur. I loved it. It's on www.shop.com right now, probably. That was nice. That was very nice. Alright, and we move on. Alright, then we get to, what's the main event? Non-title match, Mello versus Trick. Good match. Yachty gets involved. He gets beat up a little bit. But near the end, Mello hits the first 48 and England just scored to tie the game. Fuck! Was that Kane? No, it's the other guy. So England ties the game. As we're going into extra time, we got 4 minutes, so it's going to go to 49 minutes. So 1-1. It could stay that way. I turned my head in the game. Nice little cross and a little nifty shuffle by the Englishman, and right past the right leg of the goalkeeper for Norway. So good goal. Almost had a save there, but missed it by that much. So 1-1. 47 minutes in the half. We got about another minute and a half, and oh boy, Norway's coach just threw a water bottle. Those damn poor water bottles! They got a family. God damn it! Can we please save the water bottles, please? It's good for the environment. I digress. Alright, so I think we got about a minute left in the first half, barring any more extra time added. England's coming back again. Coming down the field. And on goal, and it was by Kane, and Kane, missed it. Well, he didn't miss it. The goalie saved it. Looked like it was going to hit the goalpost anyway. So Bellingham for England got the goal. I think at the 46-minute mark. So, see what happens. Yeah, look like we're going. We got about 30 seconds left. About 40 seconds left. And I'm going to go to halftime. Probably tied at 1. And we'll see what happens in the second half of this game, which, started up pretty defensive. Now, Norway got the goal, about 10 minutes ago. And England just came back in extra time, making it 1-1. See if they can score before the first half ends. Oh, there's a goal? Nope, he was offside. He was offside by a smidge. He cut the guy up. It was Kane. Was it Kane? No, Bellingham passed the Kane. Kane was in the box, but he was offside. He basically just flicked the ball over the goalkeeper, and it went in, but referee's like, nope, offside. So now we're going to halftime. Not in at 1, so England got screwed, but it was clearly offsides. Clearly. So they can't complain. So, but still, if that was an actual goal, England would have the momentum going into the second half. But it's 1-1 going into the second half. We'll see what happens in the second half of this great game. And then don't forget, we got Argentina and Switzerland at 9. So this game should probably end around 7-ish. So we got about probably after this game, we got about an hour and a half. Almost 2 hours till the next game. So we got that. So I already ate my lunch, so I'm going to have dinner later. But we move on. I'm going to have dinner out, So I'll be going out. Probably after this game, I'm going out. So we move on. Alright, so Melo hits the first 48. And he goes up top, looking for nothing but the bottom of the net. And he's going up, and then we see somebody grab him. We don't know, we're like, who's this guy? It's Baron fucking Corbin! If you see my reaction, you know. Baron fucking Corbin comes back and takes Melo off the top rope. And, Melo hits the rope, boing! And then Corbin's in the ring, and fans like, holy shit! They're like flabbergasted. And then Baron Corbin hits the end of days on Trick and Melo. And then he holds up the U.S. title and just drops it right on Trick's chest. So I can only imagine there's going to be some type of maybe multi-man match for the U.S. title at SummerSlam. And I think Baron Corbin might win the U.S. title. So we'll see. So Baron Corbin is back. The Nomad he's going to be named as now. But I really hope they give him the NXT theme. The Lone Wolf gimmick. Not the gimmick, but the Lone... Well, they should give him that gimmick, but they're not. They should give him his Lone Wolf theme in NXT, which is a banger. Not to say his bum-ass Corbin theme was bad, but I'm old school, and old school's cool. So, please, for the love of God, Hunter, give Corbin back his NXT theme, because it was just amazing. Don't Death Rebel him, don't give him some stupid generic garbage theme. Give him his NXT theme back. Let him become the Lone Wolf again. I know it's not going to become the Lone Wolf, now he's a Nomad. So maybe an updated version of that banger would be nice. We'll see. But, man, Baron Corbin back in WWE. I hope Hunter doesn't fuck this up. But, knowing WWE, they fucked every return up. Or debut, or re-debut, or whatever it might be. They fuck it up every single time. And that's that. Alright, then we end the show with Nick Aldis coming out to, tell Walter his decision. So, Walter comes out, and Aldis says, hey, you want Cody? You got him. You want Punk? You got him. When? Next Saturday at Saturday's main event. As Cody and Punk will team up, and Walter's like, oh no. So they will team up against Walter and Sami Zayn in a tag team match, and Walter did not like it. And he just basically goes up to Aldis like, make this right now! And Aldis like, I ain't gonna do shit for you, it's official, blah, blah, blah. This and that. And then Walter just goes off, beats the shit out of Nick Aldis, locks him in the sleeper hold, not once, not twice, not even 3 times, 4 times! And then freaking people like Kenny Dykstra, and I think Bobby, woo! And, Petey Williams and, Daivari all come out, the stupid stooges, they all come out, trying to stop him like that's gonna work. And then referees come out, that ain't gonna help. And then finally, Cody comes out, and then the feed cuts. They cut as soon as he starts going to the ring, the freaking show ends. But if you subscribe to the WWE YouTube page, they show Cody getting in the ring. He chases off Walter, then he challenges him to a match right then and there. But Walter says, nope, not going to do it. I'm out of here. So that's pretty much it. So next week at the Garden, that's probably going to be the main event. Cody and Punk teaming up for the first time since pretty much War Games. Back, I think it was last year. Remember that? Remember that, Cody? How that ended? I was like, I'm never teaming with you again. Because, who took the pin? Oh, that's right. Braun Breaker pinned Punk, I believe. Sucks to be you. Sucks to be you. So, we'll see how that goes and see if Sami and Walter can coexist. I doubt that. So it's going to be a big mess. next Saturday night at the Garden. I still think it's going to be a fatal 4-way at SummerSlam, because it's going to end in chicanery, and then, that the next Smackdown, they're going to, Punk's going to come out and say, I want all of them, or all the singles like, you know what, you can fight all of them now. Some stupid chicanery. So that's how it's going to be, a multi-man match for Punk. Punk's got a 25% chance to win. He might come out of it with the belt. I'm hoping, they give it back to Sammy, and Sammy holds it for longer than he held it the first time, 9 days. Or they just give it to Walter, and Walter holds it till next year. But we'll see. Just as long as they don't give it to Cody, I'll be fine with that. Or just let Punk win, and then have Cody just take some time off, and then Punk's got a whole bunch of challenges lined up. Give Sammy his rematch, his one-on-one rematch, maybe then and there, or on SmackDown, or somebody from SmackDown is gonna win Money in the Bank. Who? Don't know. I don't know who it could be. It could be Oba, but I don't want Oba in Money in the Bank, because then he got 2 title shots, because he's probably gonna win that. What's the point? Just have somebody else go for that, and maybe somebody from SmackDown wins it, and then cashes in on Punk, which should be a guy like Drew McIntyre, or maybe Randy Orton, instead of, the same old bullshit. Or maybe have Sami Zayn win Money in the Bank, cash in on Punk, and win. I don't know. We'll see. But that's that. So, anyway, that's it for SmackDown. I give SmackDown 7.25 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show down below in the comment section, and like Trick Woody would say, let's talk about it. That's that. Spain and France is a 2 o'clock game on Tuesday. And then, like I said, tonight, 9 o'clock, Argentina and Switzerland. The winner of that faces the winner of this game between England and Norway, I think on Wednesday or Thursday. And then the finals are next Sunday. So, we'll have a champion, whether it be Argentina going back-to-back, or we have a brand new World Cup champion. And we'll see what happens with that. But right now, England and Norway tied at 1 at halftime. We'll see what happens in the second half, and that's that. Alright, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get ready to pretty much get ready to go, and then going to enjoy watching the Argentina game with the missus and a few friends at a bar. Not here, obviously, in New York. And then I'll be back later tonight, probably between 11 and maybe 12. I'll be back with your NXT review. We'll talk about AEW, Dynamite, and Collision tomorrow. Tomorrow night, because I do have some festivities to do tomorrow afternoon. So I will not be back until late Sunday night. So we'll do AEW, Dynamite, and Collision tomorrow. We'll get to TNA on Monday, get ready for Raw, and then that's it. That's it. We start the new week with Raw, and we do have another edition of the Shadow Slayer coming up this weekend with Saturday's main event predictions. We do a review, as always, probably on next Sunday, the 19th, and we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. But please hit that bell so when my videos do go up, whenever they do go up, you'll be the first to watch it and see it and all that other good shit. So hit that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. So if you do, well, fuck you if you missed it. And that's that. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Once again, 7.25 out of 10 stars for SmackDown. And that's all I gotta say about that. Until next time, my friends. Go Norway. Go Argentina. Have fun watching the World Cup. And I'll see you guys later. Until then, peace.